I am Multi-Topic Talk. Welcome to this new video about the arrowverse. Subscribe to the channel. Join our Discord in the description below. So, today it's the overview for Season 4 of Black Lightning, also known as the final season. Now, this is my take. This is my opinion. Let's do this. Once I spoke about bullet points here and there, we go over to what people had to say and my own comment on Rotten Tomato. So let's do this. So, Black Lightning Season 4 was average. It was better than Season 1, a bit better than 2, but far behind 3. Now, here's my explanation. The start was amazing, but the issue I had with the first part is the fact that Jefferson was acting off character. And that pulled me out of the show fast. Now, why is that? Well, Jefferson was always someone that controlled himself. He was letting himself being beat down by uh, the ASC in season 3 in front of his school. This is who he is. He don't pull fights. He cannot win. But now you see in season 4, Jefferson don't suit up even if Gambi tells him it's dangerous. And even if Gambi tells him you will mess up everything if you don't suit up, Jefferson don't think anymore. He is no more Jefferson. He is someone else. And you see that someone else attacked police in the street near his car. So now there's an investigation. Yes, the police were racist and dumb, but there's an investigation on Jefferson. Yeah, good idea, Jeff. Very good idea. They got a partial plate, and you told the police you were around. Now, of course, you did not lie. And even if you lied, maybe they would have discovered it, you see? You place yourself in that trouble. You're not the character I like. You don't have self-control there. Now, another scene. A kid in the street gets shot during a fight led by Lightning and Tugs. And now, because of that, Jeff is like, okay, I will go beat that guy down. White out the suit again, despite Gambi telling him, no, don't do that. He does it like a child. He's acting just like Anissa and Jennifer when he was blaming them to rush without thinking. Oh yeah, and Jennifer gets shot, and and Jefferson does the same to the guy that shot Jennifer. Now you will tell me, but explain why he does that. I will. So you see, Jefferson is off character because he is being destroyed. He has been destroyed by Anderson death in season 3. I like the idea a lot. Anderson had such a weight in the story and in Jefferson as a character that losing Anderson destroyed Jefferson. And I like the idea. That was great. But the execution is bad. You turned Jeff into a stupid villain, and if the show made any sense, by episode 5 he would be in jail because it would have been outed as Black Lightning. Now, I go too far. That was the whole idea of the first half of the season. Jefferson is broken by Anderson's death. Lynn is broken because of her drug addiction. Uh, Anissa is broken because her wife is in a coma for a year. And Jennifer is broken because her parents are no more happy together. And she's been almost on her own for almost 2 years because during season 3, both Jeff and Lynn were out of the family house for a while during the ASC storyline. So almost 2 years, nobody take care of Jennifer. So she's broken as well, and she goes in the iosphere because she is another drug addict. So Lynn, Jennifer are two drug addicts. Now, in season 3, that was an amazing storyline. Enjoyed it a lot. But now in season 4, it lost its impact because it's the second time with the same character and the third time with another character. I know drugs are bad. I like the message. It's well done. But it's too close, you see? 2 seasons in a row, I felt like we had the same Lynn storyline. At least in season 4, she overcame it, and then Jefferson later on was dumb enough to ask her to go back to that addiction for the sake of the mission to stop Tobias. And yeah, Tobias is my issue there. I enjoyed him in season 1. In season 2, I felt like that was fine because Khalil, painkiller. But once the painkiller storyline is over, make Jeff kill him or send Tobias in jail for good and don't reuse him. But guess what? They reused him because they like the actor. I like the actor as well, don't get me wrong. But you overuse your cards. It's like in a sword fight. You always, it's right, right, left. Right, right, left. You will see that coming. You're like, it's not interesting. There's no more surprise. There's no more other dimension to explore. There's no more character depth. Uh, your character is lame. You see, Tobias was always one dimensional. And sometimes it was a bit more interesting because of the other supporting villains. But now it's just Tobias, and he feels so empty because they used him so much they don't know what to do with him. So they make him mayor because everyone forgot he was a gangster in season 1 and 2. I keep calm. The show is good. They just did a few missteps. Gambi, as usual, great character. Uh, yeah, they did recast Jennifer because I think we had some behind the scene drama between Jennifer actress and Jefferson actor. So because of that, they wrote Jennifer out of the season for most of the season, and they also made season 4 the last because I believe we could have a season 5 with Gravedigger as the villain. I think that was the initial plan until drama happens. But that's just my own opinion. Because drama, they decided to end it with season 4, and that's fine. Um, so Tobias, one of my issue. The chief of police, the other issue. We had Kramer. Same character, different name. We had Quentin Lance. same goal, and different character. Now I will say a same goal, different character because Quentin Lance was actually interesting in Arrow season 1, and he has some kind of backstory and you could feel bad for him, and he was linked to the entire story. But now with Chief, I don't know her name, Chief Lopez, I believe. Chief Lopez is one-dimensional. um, we barely know her backstory. We just have bits here and there, and they want us to relate for her. We cannot relate. You're a bad character. You're a bad person. How can I relate to this? Ow! You don't let me know you. You're just generic. You're just boring. So Chief Lopez is so annoying. Anyway, we get Anderson, protege, Secure, I believe its name. Um, it's basically Anderson's best friend or friend. I don't know. He is like he wants to work with blacklightning, but he is not sure if blacklightning is a good guy, and he is not sure if he should help blacklightning. And I like the idea. And Shakira as a character is interesting, and he is not one-dimensional. He's interesting because you see, he he is not pro vigilante. Otherwise, it would be like just like Anderson. But like, it's hard to say. It's hard to explain. I don't have the right word, but here's how I can say it. If the vigilante wants the city to be in good hands, if vigilante are doing some good, then Shakir is willing to help vigilante. But if vigilante is just in some kind of vendetta, or he just do it for his own goal in some ways, Shakir won't support it. He won't like that. Shakir wanted to know if Black Lightning was a good vigilante that wanted to save the city, or if Black Lightning was just some vigilante that wanted to unleash his anger against criminals. If the guy wants to save the city, then Shakir is willing to help. But if the guy just wants to unleash anger, Shakir don't want to help. So this is the way I picture it. This is my understanding. And Shakir has a backstory. He is like, I don't like Vigilante, but Black Lightning did some good. He saved me as a kid, and I became a policeman because of him. This is a great moment in the bar. This was golden. And now, I think I spoke a lot about season 4. Now, season 4 had a lot of issues, but it was interesting and entertaining. Was not a fan of Chief. I was not a fan of Tobias again. We also got Lala. Lala was interesting as usual. It's just his usual lane, you see. We also get Painkiller. Painkiller, always amazing fight scene. Like the fight choreography when Painkiller is around is on top. It's great. It's 100%. You see, Painkiller was a good addition, and I wish we had the spin-off. It's very sad to see the spin-off dying and being cancelled. It's very sad. Now, with that being said, we go over to the comments section. But just before that, I must tell you, I believe season 4 should be around 7.5 out of 10. Maybe 8 if I stretch it a bit. That sounds justified. 8 out of 10 makes sense. Let's read the comments. Let's do this. We will read some comments. As you can see, it's 55% for audience score. Not enough rating to calculate scores, so no critics. This is rare. We see that. Maybe they gave up on the show, sadly. Let's read this out. This is my comment, and I gave it a 8 stars out of 10. 4 out of 5. Sorry. Not the best season or the worst season this show had. My few issues with this season are the following: the police chief, Tobias as last villain, and the fact that this season didn't feel like the last season of the show. Police chief was lame, boring, atrocious. She's one-dimensional, and we already had police members with the same kind of grudge against Meta. Chief also did many bad leadership decisions. She forced one of her detectives to be part of the anti-metahuman squad when the said detective didn't want it to be part of the squad. She mixed up her feeling and the job. Now, Tobias felt overused. He had nothing new to give us. Did the city forgot Tobias was a crime lord during season 1 and 2? Also, keep in mind, he was considered as a dangerous metahuman threat in season 3, leading him to be behind bars in season 3. Him becoming as powerful as he was during a few months' time made no sense. We also had a similar story in Arrow when Diaz controlled Star City to have a seat at a big criminal group. I believe at first they planned on ending the show at season 5, but in between season 3 and 4, the actress playing Jennifer and the actor playing Jefferson probably had behind the scene conflict slash drama driving the actress toward leaving the show. Since Jennifer actress and Jefferson actor were no more able to work together, they ended the show with season 4. Gravedigger was still around by the end of the show. Lala was still around by the end of the show. Bigger criminal groups are still around. Now, enough negative being said. Here are the reasons why it deserved an out of 10. 8 out of 10. Jefferson being broken after Anderson's death was amazing, giving us great acting scene. I didn't enjoy him being off character that often, using his power for revenge despite Gambit warning. JJ having social media felt dumb but teenage-like thing to do. Having a different Jennifer was interesting. Lala in the War Gang was great. The new meta-human killer was interesting. The season as a whole was very entertaining. Gambi was good as always. Painkiller being a good part of this season was amazing. Painkiller episodes were among the best the show aired. Despite Lynn's story about Drug being back and not as good as season 3 did, it was still well done and realistic, very grounded. Drug addict do lie to their families and therapists. Jennifer Drug almost killed her here again. It's fine since the message is well delivered. However, the first time drug was a thing in the show, it was better since it was new. Shakir Anderson's friend was amazing. It was a great replacement for Anderson. Tobias dying was great ending. The writing was The writing was a great as was great man was great as any other season. Most of the character all got proper closure. This was a flawed but very strong season. Sadly, we won't see Odell dying since Painkiller spin-off was cancelled before being aired. If you liked Black Lightning, you will enjoy that season as well. Now let's read the comments. Okay, let's read this. I really like this series. The storyline on this season started off ropey but has improved as it's gone on. What's really started to really irritate me is the constant derogatory black comments. They used to be here and there in the previous three seasons, but in this season it's getting a bit much and ruining the watch. Wish they would just concentrate on making good script without the black slur. Okay, I don't really agree with that. I feel like uh in all four seasons it's pretty the same. And I speak as someone that just rewatched all four seasons, so I didn't feel like they pushed it more in season 4. But that's my own opinion. That's how I see it. Maybe that person is just like me and he did watch the entire series recently and this is his opinion, or maybe it's not fresh in his mind and season 1, 2, and 3 are behind his head, I guess, or memory. The final season for me, the letdown of Jennifer's character toward the end of the series, the replacement didn't even come close to all the previous actor played. I don't agree with that. I felt like JJ was Jennifer. They nailed it. I don't agree with that. This season was much better. My applause go out to the new Jenna K. Lightning. She is a much better actress and fits the character and family better. Great job. Uh, they are fine, but I feel like the original Jennifer is better. But as I said, they are very similar, and I think JJ did good job trying her best to give us a feel that she's Jennifer, but with another actress. It seemed rushed. Stuff isn't making sense. Okay, whatever. In my own opinion, this is just like any other season this show had, so it was not really rushed. Maybe that guy really liked season 2 for being 16 episode when he could have done like 15 or 14. Regardless, next comment. A series that came from more to less with an ending that allows it to be expanded. This is true. This is why I feel like they wanted to do 5 seasons. Oh, this one is interesting. It's the fourth and final run for the CW first black solo superhero 1 year after the Markovian were defeated. Detective Anderson lost his life. Jefferson feels responsible for it. Lynn relied too much on using green light and has struggled to be sober. Jennifer didn't want to give up on bringing Khalil back to his sense and Anessa's girlfriend fell into a coma. Season 4 starts with Jefferson and his family having to make this final stand to defend Freeland. The meta-human and defeat Tobias will once for all. What's his grand master plan? Even thought he's claiming to the public he wants to do philanthropic work for the city. The new police captain Chief Lopez is determined to tag and document all existing metas to bring stability back to Freeland. She feels it's up to the people in blue uniform to take back the city and not the drug gangs. Jennifer is thinking about going to college. Anissa now works in the genetic lab. Lynn is starting to feel helpless, being she is no meta and doesn't have proper training. Tobias well has developed a new serum boosting his invulnerability, which might make it impossible for Jefferson to take him down. Khalil, aka Painkiller, has chosen to exile to redefine himself, leaving the assassin part of his mind behind. But perhaps the biggest shift for everyone is Jennifer. Her powers become unstable and she disappears, then comes back with a completely different look. This season also marks the last time China Anne McClain is playing this character. Is murder still justified if it's for survival? Maybe we don't need power to be helpful. Being reckless doesn't make us brave or smart. Black Lightning may be gone, but he is forever the hope of Freeland. The constant lies and betrayals among Jefferson and his family is just as much of a challenge. Jefferson and the Pierces almost look like they will lose everything with Tobias having so much at his disposal. The series finale leads to Jefferson at his most low, with the rest of his family making their one big final stand against Tobias Wells' reign to free Freeland and all the metas. As far as the other season go, this is the weakest of the four. It should have been able to stretch its legs more and develop on a grander scale. This is the biggest stakes, I will admit, for the character, but so many other plot threads feel unsolved or left hanging. Shame this was so short lived, but it felt refreshing to have an Afrocentric superhero on network TV. More future comic book heroes should be this diverse and inclusive while tackling heavy social issues. Add potential in the first season, but like the other DC show on the CW, got boring real quick. Needed at least one more season, this is true. Must watch for sci-fi, fantasy, and or comic fan. So I'm not the only one that was divided with this season. Um, I hope guys enjoyed the vid. Like, comment, and subscribe. We will see each other in future video. Have a great day.